Morning everybody, Dr. Amanda here. It's the beginning of day 3 of ASCILITE, where it's the last day of the conference. I'm getting ready to check out, packed up my bags. I'm feeling a little tired after last night, so I've got my tea here. We had a fantastic time at the conference dinner. Lots of conversation, lots of great dancing, great food, great wine. It was at this fantastic winery just outside of Geelong here. And we all got buses on the way there. I got a few strange looks walking down the street. If you saw my vlog from yesterday, walking down the street in a mermaid tail and a bright red wig probably got me a few strange stares at Geelong, in Geelong. But it was all lots of fun and lots of great discussion. Even on the bus on the way home, people were talking about education and pedagogy. So we're even 11 o'clock at night, we're super dedicated to education. Today there is one more plenary keynote-y type of thing about the New World Order. I'm really keen to see what they say there. The other thing that I'm really keen to see today is a panel, which is, what's it called again? Beyond Constructive Alignment, a debate. So there's a couple of other things about digital equity and learning analytics, but the constructive alignment one I'm particularly interested in, because I was at a session the other day that said death to rubrics and death to criteria. So if we're going to move beyond constructive alignment, what is next? So I'm not staying for the whole of ASCILITE today, unfortunately, because I have to head off, catch the train to Melbourne for the TEXA conference. But as a first timer, I have had an awesome time. Everybody is so welcoming. I did a shout out on Twitter before I came that I might not know anybody, and a lot of people who are new on Twitter connected me with other Twitter peeps who were going to be here. People have been super welcoming, especially as a newbie into education pedagogy and scholarship of teaching and learning, because I've only recently transitioned from a discipline-specific academic position. Couldn't ask for something better. And things I'm going to take away from ASCILITE are going to be all the great contacts I've made, the Tele-Advisors Network, which is awesome. They're fantastic people. The community mentoring program, which I'm hoping to join so that I can work on some research with perhaps someone who can guide me a little bit in terms of pedagogy. And then also there was one other thing. Oh, there's the spring research workshops, I think, which were held in September or October. So that sounds like something really cool to get along to as well. Hopefully I can apply next year and get along to that. So what's next? We're heading off to day 3 and let's go. Keynote of the conference, and it was Jan Owen from the Foundation for Young Australians asking us what did we want to be when we grow up and the challenges facing our young people. So now I'm going to see what other people thought they might be when they were going to grow up.
As I have said, every year of my life I have no idea, but it's going to be fabulous when I get there.
I would love to be a musician.
I wanted to be a doctor. Unfortunately, I achieved my dream and then decided it wasn't for me. So I became a different kind of doctor instead.
Well, 2 things. I wanted to be the first woman on the moon. That didn't happen. And then a little bit later, I wanted to be a teacher, but all my teachers said, don't be a teacher. So I became an engineer instead. but then I became a teacher after that. So I got there in the end.
So I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. How much of that was my own volition or my parents' conditioning, I'm not really sure. I'm now in education, but I'm trying to apply an engineering mindset to education. Yeah, I wanted to be happy. I wanted so much to be happy, and I'm happy.
I want to be a professional soccer player. Not good enough. So I became something else. And I eventually got into teaching where my parents were already in, and kind of took the path that was already there, and I had to first fail at soccer to finally come back to the education family.
When I was a child, I was really inspired by Peter Pan, and the story of Peter Pan is that he never grew up. He was always a boy. And I feel like most people in this room who are still in academia hang on to the fact that they're still at heart students. So I think we're all students, and we'll be students forever.
I actually wanted to be an actress or a teacher, because my mum was a teacher and that's the only thing I knew. I spent a lot of time in her actual school, so yeah, I ended up becoming a teacher. So I guess I was that person that she was talking to who wanted to be a teacher and became a teacher. Ta-da!
I wanted to be a vet, actually, or a doctor, but I ended up becoming a nurse. So
I'm here with Beck, and she's Beck the Cyborg on Twitter. What did you want to be when you grew up?
It was interesting. When I was asked that question, I said I didn't really remember what I wanted to be, but I remember that my parents wanted me to be a lawyer when I grew up, and I was quite sure I never wanted to be one, and I never grew up to be one. But I would say that I probably wanted to be a singer, which was really the fame was important at that time when you're younger. But right now, I'm pretty happy.
Well, now you're famous on Twitter, so that's you know. I know it's good, just as good.
Hi everyone. This is good. We've got a really big room. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. This is one of our last sessions, so this is highly interactive. And I've done things
the room is packed
recently at conferences through work and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is
So we're having a debate in the constructive alignment debate, and the speakers from each team, they're strategizing over there, and the other team is over there, so debate's coming up soon.
You lost a point for that. Which is a shame because I'm not joking. This has been a very scientific I'm not just doing this for the sake of diplomacy. I have a dead heat. So can we just have a show of hands? Who's for for the negative? Who's for post-constructive alignment? Yeah! Who's for constructive alignment? Yeah, someone on the crossbench. I think the debate won.
My last session done with a fantastic debate on constructive alignment. We had so much fun. It was such a great tool to use to discuss the issues. All of the notes from the debate are in a Padlet I created, so I'll put a link to that in the description. I want to thank everybody at the ASCILITE conference. It was awesome. Great time for a first timer, and I'm looking forward to coming to Singapore next year. Bye!